Hello everyone, my name is Jay Karen. Our group is talk about sustainable city and community for young homeless people, and more about urbanization and the sustainable development of human uh, settlements with the development of the city. The population is increasing, but there are also problems. The space utilization rate of the city is getting lower and lower, which cannot meet the needs of the population. More importantly, many abandoned places are not used, but cost a lot of Western resource. About this one, it's about young homeless people, the problem. On the other hand, there are at least 6,000 young people homeless in this city. Most of them are under 25 years old, so we need to solve the problem of these young people, which is a social problem. These young people choose to stay outside because they don't have at home. They don't have at home. ABS points out that home is a place for people which a sense of security, stability, and the ability to control their living space. About this one, the reason why these young people choose to live on the street or in abandoned place is to avoid domestic violence and family conflict. Their inner free physical and mental injuries are serious, which lead to their disconnection with their families and community because their family lack a sense of security and cannot effectively protect them. On the other hand, income and mental illness are also an important reason for them to become homeless. Although the survey shows that about 40 people of young people live homeless shelter, they cannot really solve the fundamental problem. This shows that they are the most vulnerable people in the society. Uh, Second, the feasibility of using the urban ruins. It is feasible to reconstruct the abandoned factories. So we will establishing a vibrant community center for homeless people who are experiencing domestic violence and mental illness, providing them with comprehensive solutions to successful transition to an independent adults. So Wenjing will talk about the design procedures.
I'm Wenjin. Today I will introduce our design precedents, and we are trying to figure out how people address youth homelessness problem around the world. And the first precedent is called Dome Sleeping Unit by Perkins and Well in LA, and it is collapsible. And this kind of modular design make it easier to store and transport, and it's legible and invisible, provide everyone have a provide a space, and but at the same times we also concerned about this typical design of rule of bed in open rooms will bring people a sense of living in hospital or jail, and there's no storage space as well. And the second precedence called Covenant House. It is a youth homelessness support center in Australia, and they offer housing and supportive service to youth homeless, and they provide long-term support education and job readiness. readiness as well. We think it is one of the best part in this sports center because we care about homelessness, whatever they still living in this sports center or they already left. But we don't find they they provide living skills trainings and the psychological counseling. So we also worry about that it probably cannot break the cycle of homelessness because as we know many young homelessness, they don't have enough living skills, and they also suffer from many different mental problems. So, which which is the roots of causes of homeless as well. So that is a big problem of this sports center. And to address the shortage of secure accommodation and developing a youth-specific homelessness shelter would create a sense of communicate. So the concept of communicate living is one of the important part in a homeless shelter. So this shared house was designed by Swing Studio in Japan. It is a compact shared house for 8 people in the city of Osaka, Japan, and they create the unique but comforting feeling of sharing a space within a community. So there is a balance between a property space for private bedrooms and an open feeling for the shared living rooms. And this talents rentable apartment with co-living space built in Shenzhen, China, and it was designed by Foster and the partners design studio, and they use communal spaces and the modular building method to mix private and shared space and to encourage people to meet each other and communicate with each other.
As we identify, most of existing shelter offers a one-size-to-fit-all homelessness solution and doesn't respond to the diversity of homeless people, which won't help them to break the circle of homelessness. And also, homeless young people may feel social exclusion more than a physical accommodation for them to stay, and they may want a family warm place to live and where they can get support and who will take care of them. So we designed to redesign the concept of homelessness shelter, building a youth-specific and youth-appropriate homeless community center, not just a safe housing option. The community center will focus on homeless young people's health and well-being and mean to bringing them together to build home, build community, and build hope. In order to help the homeless young people to make a successful transition into adult independence, the community center we propose will conduct a holistic approach, including early intervention, integrated program delivery, community living arrangement, and employment opportunity. This integrated solution will based on their needs in order to explore their potential to become a productive member in the labor market. So while we provide various training program, like such as technician to develop their independent living skill, the community center will also ensure the young people who under 12 years old are able to continue access to education, reduce their disengagement from school. And while we focus on their comprehensive development, we also would provide the psychological counseling, take care of their mental health condition, like providing therapy through art, music, animal, to bring them back to the normal course of life. And then most importantly, different to the typical shelter design, the proposed community center would provide a combination of private space and shared space, while ensure the security and privacy between individuals. We also would encourage interactions through community activity to improve their social skill. And moreover, we will also provide some job opportunity, allowing the homeless young people to work in the community owned cafe to increase their sense of social inclusion. So the Youth Homeless Community Center is all about having a warm and stable place for them to call home and help these homeless young people to break the circle of homelessness.
Hey guys, my name is Edward, and now I would like to present our redesign model. About a few weeks ago, we presented our first prototype, the HomePods, but we found the outlook of the HomePods was no longer satisfied with new redesign conceptions. And that's why we changed our design outlook from spherical to the honeycomb. We improved our prototype design, and now the HomePods we designed was not only can be built on the ground, but also can be hanging out the wall. It is doubly increased the amount to accommodate the HomePod. Well, according to our research, the hexagonal structure is the most stable shape. It will guarantee the HomePod's structure's safety and beautiful. Well, we follow the concept of the model design, and we use this concept to our redesign. We consider our HomePods will provide it to young homeless, and they may have some special needs, like some of them may need some baby room. We don't need to rebuild the whole HomePods. The baby room model will be added to their HomePods. Well, a part of each HomePod will be built on the out of the wall. The translucent glass will allow people feel the breath of the outdoor sunshine. It allows people feel free in their HomePods and make it to be their home, not a present. Our design philosophy is create a dignified shelter for the homeless. Those small home pods will create a warm and friendly environment to those young homeless. Well, usually if we don't have to receive a lot of young homeless, we would like to provide a more relaxed environments to them. The hexagonal room structures make those rooms easy to splice. Our honeycomb shelter was designed with the metaphor which provided a small sweet life to those homeless who live in our honeycomb shelter. And we believe the social life may give some hope to those young homeless. At the same time, we also considering our shelter may need to accommodate more people, and we need to make a layout for those homeless without crowded in their living environment. Well, our solution is making all the honeycomb polymerizing together like a real honeycomb. We provide different workshops to those young homeless, and we also create some career opportunities to them to make sure they can learn some skills and back to the society as normal. For example, we create a coffee mini bar. Young homeless in our shelter can learn how to making coffee in workshop and selling them to the residents outside this shelter. Well, I believe there will be no violence, no indifference, and no discrimination in our shelter, and they will unite like bees, bring the sweetness to their life.